This week we saw 3 baddies go up on the chopping block and 2 baddies actually went home. Yes, that's right. We saw DTB step down and go home. And we also saw Emma be sent packing back home. Yes, you better believe we're going to talk about it. All that and more right now on the Baddies Midwest After Show. I'm your host, Damieon Gentry. Thank you for being here. Before we begin, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down below if you're not subscribed yet. Also, click that thumbs up button and like this video. If you don't do anything else, like this video. That helps us get into the what? That's right, the algorithm. That helps us get in the YouTube algorithm. YouTube is going to share this video out to other Baddies fans, and we can continue to grow our family over here. All right, thank you to all my new subscribers. Hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the squad. I appreciate you for being here. Get in that comment section below and leave me your thoughts and opinions on this week's episode. We are nearing the end of the season. So go ahead and get in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode. All right, last but not least, if you would like to donate to the Damien After Dark movement and help us grow and sustain this channel, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. I'll also post my Amazon wish list. Thank you guys for the love, the support, the donations. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I put a lot of time into this YouTube channel, so all of your support, the fact that you guys give me the love back and you give me the effort back, I appreciate it. And as long as y'all keep doing that, I'll keep making these videos. All right, let's start. Okay, we know last week ended with Roelly and Slim, the whole Roelly and Slim situation, and Roelly is there, and she's degrading Slim, right? She's been degrading Slim ever since Slim got there. We're not going to act like she has it. But, are you going to be nice to your op? If somebody dogged your child and talked trash about you and did X, Y, and Z, are you going to be nice? I want to see how y'all act around y'all's op. And I want to see you get your dream job and then your op try to be a part of that dream job. And I want to see what you would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you got on this show, right? You got on a really popular TV show, and then your worst enemy, like, gets the opportunity to be on the show, but it's up to you whether they get on the show or not. Are you going to be all giddy? Yeah, come on, bitch. Come on, girl. Yeah. Hell no. You can come back as my assistant, right? Now, Slim says, if this is the only way I can be here, then yes, I want to be here, because Roelly keeps asking her, like, look, I've heard that you've been fighting on the bus. I hear that you're at the club drinking. Do you want to be my assistant? Do you really want to be here or not? Slim says, yes, I want to be here, and if I have to be your assistant and that's the only way I can be here, then I'll do it, right? So she agrees to it for the third time now. We also see, after that scene plays out, we see Diamond. She's opening up about her aunt being sick back home. And she says that pretty much there's nothing that the doctors can do, and they're just waiting it out at this moment, waiting for her to take her last breaths and have her last moment. Now, DTB says that she didn't want to stay there. She didn't want to stay on the show, and then something happened to her aunt and she didn't get to say goodbye. And it broke my heart to see that scene. It really did. It broke my heart to see that scene. It almost made me emotional. I hated seeing DTB like that, because we always see the funny DTB, right? We always see the funny Diamond, the rough, tough Diamond. She's always smiling. We've never seen her cry like this. I don't even think we've ever really seen her, like, really, really mad. She's always fun, bubbly, the life of the party. That's why she was the fan favorite last season. So she says it's time for her to leave. And I'm just like, these are the type of scenes that I want to see more of, right? It's not like, I'm not saying, like, I want to see scenes where people are losing loved ones or really heart-wrenching scenes. It's not that. It's just that this was like one of the most realest moments all season. I want to get more depth into these girls. What are these girls dealing with back home? You know what I'm saying? What let's get deeper into what's going on with these girls. Like, I wish we could have saw a scene with Emma talking to her family back home about what's going on with her dad and whether or not she should leave. Those kind of things. But Baddies is so one-dimensional. It's just like one layer, and it's just fighting, and that's it. If they would add in more elements like this, I think the show would be a lot more entertaining and would keep the viewers more. It would keep us locked in and not so like, you know. Do y'all know what I'm saying? Now, DTB says that her favorite moment on Baddies this season was the bond that she built with Tink, which is kind of cool to see because we know these girls have had quite the arc. They came in on Baddies Caribbean auditions, fighting one another, and like DTB said. Tinkerbella should be thanking Diamond because Diamond is the one that got her and Tinkerbella both onto the show, right? They came in as enemies and now they're friends. Now Natalie says she's got all the girls together. You know, it's a baddie house meeting, and she says that there are a few people who are not holding their weight. A few, hell, a three-fourths of the cast. Okay, and she calls out Emma. She calls out Emma as the first girl and says that Emma, we gave you another chance. But at the end of the day, you're boring. Yes, that's what Natalie said, baby. Natalie gave it to him straight. She gave it to Emma straight. I was like, damn, like that was a little harsh, Natalie. But I mean, look at Karma. Look at Karma. Emma came in so hot. She came in so hot talking about Scotty, you're boring, you're boring. So when you come in as a newbie calling somebody boring, you got to show us, baby, what you bring. If you doing all that bark, show us what the bite is. If you so interesting, if Scotty's so boring, what makes you so interesting, right? Now Natalie tells Emma it's not giving. You're boring. I was just like, damn, brutal but honest. Now goes my dog barking. Y'all hear him? Cooper, hush and get down. Probably in the windowsill, barking at these men across the street doing construction. Now, the next girl that Natalie calls out that she says is on the chopping block to go home is Summer. And I'm like, child, please. Y'all know y'all ain't sending Summer nowhere, okay? What this was a wake up call for some girls. The same reason, or the same way they didn't send Emma home last time, was the same reason the same way they're doing Summer this time, and Jayla. We'll get into Jayla in a second. They didn't send Emma home last time because they were trying to give her a chance. Like, look, we've invested this money in this girl. Let's tell her you're on the chopping block. Get your mess together. Step it up. And here's the thing: when people say step it up, it doesn't mean you have to get in there and fight or start drama. It just means when we're having a conversation, speak up. Say your opinion. Say how you feel. Don't sit there in your head like just looking around. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. I'm a quiet person. Contrary to my loud ass mouth up here. I know y'all are probably thinking, a quiet person, bitch, please. I really am. Like, I'm like, if I get around a group of people, I'm not like just in the mix. I'm a quiet person too. I sit back and I peep surroundings too. But baby, when we're on a set, when we're filming a show, like for instance, me up here on this camera, what would I be getting up here on this camera doing a review like this? Welcome back to Baddies Midwest. Natalie calls out Summer as the next person that might go home. Um, you know what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and it's just like bringing your personality out a little bit more, contributing to the conversation, making yourself known, making your presence known, authentically and organically. So she calls out Summer. And I'm like, Summer's not going home. She's been the whole show. This is strictly a warning for Summer. Because Natalie says that they are dealing with so much behind the scenes when it comes to Summer. Stuff that we aren't privy to. Now, that kind of shocked me, okay? Because I'm watching this and I'm like, Summer ain't going nowhere. Y'all are just saying this because she did the shit in the Sprinter van and y'all are trying to warn her. But when Natalie says that there's stuff going on behind the scenes, I'm like, oh, the light bulb went off. The light bulb went off, and I was like, okay, I could kind of understand what she means. Because here's the thing: I don't give a fuck how entertaining you are. Having a production background, working behind the scenes the way I have, I don't give a fuck how entertaining you are. If you disrespect production, if you are a nasty person, and I don't know what Summer said. I don't know if she disrespected production. Natalie didn't specify. She just said they're dealing with stuff behind the scenes. So the only thing that I could assume is that either A, she's being funky and dirty like they claim she is, and pissing in cups and bottles, and there's stuff on the wall and all that. Either she's being really nasty behind the scenes, or she's being nasty to production and being a bitch. Okay? It's something along those lines. And if that's the case, I don't blame them for putting her on the chopping block. I don't care how entertaining you are. You can go. But we don't know. Maybe we'll get more insight to that later. Now, Natalie calls out Jaden next. Okay, and I said there were 3 girls that were up for elimination, but there's actually 4. So excuse me in the intro. But Natalie calls out Jaden as the next one that's on the chopping block, and Jaden's not even there. They're like, "Where is Jaden? Where is Jaden?" And I'm like, "Yo, where is Jaden? Like, what's the purpose? What is the purpose? Like, why is she not here?" And Natalie even says that too. I mean, Natalie was speaking a lot of facts this episode. Love her, hate her, I give her hell, but when she is speaking the truth, I'm gonna co-sign it, right? So Natalie says, um, it's no excuse that Jaden is not there. She says nobody knows anything about Jaden. Natalie says, I've got a lot of shit going on in my career as well, but I still show up. I still get on the plane. I'm still here. And she is. We can talk cash money shit about Natalie all day long. Big chin, bad skin, whatever. But one thing you can't take away from that girl is that's a working ass bitch right there. And I respect it. Because listen, I'm the same MFing way. I don't like to miss work. I like to be there. I like my checks coming in a certain way. If I'm supposed to get paid $1,000 a week, bitch, I want that $1,000 a week, not a dollar short. Okay? So I feel her when she's bringing up this shit with Jaden. Because, like, girl, who are you? She's never around. And I know what it is. I know exactly why Jaden's not there. And we're going to get into that in a minute, okay? I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But this is also why they need to stop casting these influencers, these celebrities, and I use that in air quotes. Celebrity, because they like to call them celebrity guests, but y'all need to stop doing that. And if you're gonna do that, make them do a casting tape. Don't, like, we're not gonna call Bad Baby. Y'all know they try to get Bad Baby, I think, on there before too. Danielle Bregoli, y'all know who I'm talking about. Catch Me Outside, how about it? We're not gonna just call Bad Baby and say, hey, do you want to come be on Baddies? We got 100K for you. No, do you want to be on Baddies? We're gonna send us in an audition tape. We want to see what you're like on camera. I don't care if you're known for being wild on the internet. Like, I want to see what you can bring. Let me interview you. Let me get a feel of if you will be right for this show. Because that's the problem. They cast people like Jaden because of who she's attached to. And now look. Now you look stupid, don't you? Huh? Um, I hope I'm not going too hard on Jaden. But I feel like she got casted because she fucked a rapper. Let's just be real. And I mean, y'all could say the same about, like, we could say the same about Noo-noo. Noo-noo used the Antonio Brown card quite a bit. My baby daddy's Antonio Brown. But I wouldn't be bragging about that, Noo-noo, and I love you. But Antonio Brown is not a flex. While he out here running behind Trump, licking Trump's ass. No shade to all my Trump folks out there, okay? Because you vote for who you want to vote for. Y'all know I'm from the conservative South, the deep South. I'm from Alabama. I got family that vote for Trump. I know people who everybody back home vote for Trump. So and I listen, we can get along. I don't have to not like you, but Antonio Brown ain't no flex, baby. Now, um, damn it. Okay, we got to take a little quick break because my vape is out, and y'all know how I am about this vape. I can't go through the whole show without it. So can we cut the camera? All right, I'm back in business, baby. Jayla. Let's get into Jayla Mina. Jayla is the next one that Natalie says is up on the chopping block. And the girls are gasping. Oh my, not OG Jayla, right? And I even saw some fans who couldn't believe that Jayla was up for elimination. Some people didn't understand it, but I understood it very fucking clear. And again, maybe this comes from me having a production background. I get the mechanics of it, right? So, because I don't watch with just a viewer's perspective. I'm always watching from a budget perspective and the lighting and the angles and where are we and storylines and shit like that, right? So I understood it automatically. All these choices that they made, all the people that were up for elimination, that wasn't Natalie's decision. That was producers. The producers pulled Natalie to the side and said, this is who's going to go up for elimination, because at the end of the day, it comes down to money, okay? All of these girls were investments. All of these girls were investments. And what happens if you invest in something and you're not getting anything out of it? Y'all know, right? What happens? Exactly. You got to go. Um, so Jayla's shocked. Jayla's shocked that she's been put on the. She says, "I'm just kind of shocked that I'm being put on the block with a bunch of newbies." But it's like, girl, this is actually long overdue. You're lucky they ever brought your ass back for Baddies. Caribbean. Was it Caribbean? Yeah. Did she come back on Caribbean or East? I don't remember. But you're lucky they brought your ass back. I guess you begged and pleaded enough to Natalie for them to bring you back. Um, I'd like to get into the tea of why she never came back in the first place after Baddies South. Because we learned in this episode why Slim didn't get to come back after Baddies South. Did y'all clock that tea that Roelly spilled about why Slim did not get asked back for seasons 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, while we doing all these nominations and putting people on the block, go on and throw Tessiki up there. Go on and throw Scotty up there. Go on and throw Anna up there. Because none of them are pulling their weight either. And you know what? I can't believe I'm going to say this. No, Anna's got to go. I almost gave Anna the benefit of the doubt because of her shit last week with the Noo-noo. But it's not like if Noo-noo had never came, Anna would still be a wallflower. So and you know what? Anna does contribute to conversation. She does speak up a lot. I do have to give her that. She's got a personality. I give Anna a lot of hell, but compared to some of these other girls, she's got a look. When you compare Anna and Tessiki, Anna's the more entertaining one. When you compare Anna and Biggie, Anna's the more entertaining one. When you compare Anna and Scotty, Anna's the more entertaining one. I don't like the girl. I think she moves like a snake, and I think she's evil to the core. But she's got a personality. She's got a personality. So I would keep her there. I can't believe I'm saying that. I would keep Anna over Scotty, over Tessiki, over um, probably even Tinkerbella. I don't know. Let me shut up. Let me shut up because I don't even know if I believe that. Um, Now Natalie tells Jayla that she's been real quiet all season, and she has. Do y'all know what the gag is? The gag is. Okay, pull y'all's chair closer to the TV for a minute. Can we talk? Because the gag is, did I not clock this? I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. I'm not trying to say I told y'all so. I'm not trying to say I'm a motherfucking, what's that lady that came on the TV late at nights back in the 90s and early 2000s and was a fortune teller? Madam, what's her name? I can't think of her damn name, but y'all know that lady that came on the infomercials late at night. You call in and Cleo, Miss Cleo, okay? I'm not Miss Cleo. I don't claim to be Miss Cleo, nothing like that. But have I not? Don't I tell y'all, 90% of the shit I say about this Zeus Baddies, this reality TV shit, it happens. It comes true. And have I not been saying all season that these girls have not been holding their weight and some people need to go home? Now look what's happening. And I even said Jayla was one of them. And it's about time that these OGs were put on the chopping block. Jayla being put on the chopping block shook these girls a little bit. It woke them up a little bit to be like, oh shit, we really aren't comfortable, because all these girls, here's what they're thinking. They're thinking that this precedent is being set to where if you get on the show, your foot's in the door. If you get on the show, you're there And when you come back next season, you can sit on your ass, smoke weed all day, get drunk all day, and you're good. And that's not how it goes. Okay? They're coasting and they're collecting their check. When there's other girls who would love to be in their spot, who could be their real, organic, authentic selves and could collect that check and give us a show. Now, Anna says in her confessional, what the fuck? This is Jayla we're talking about. An OG baddie. See, that's y'all's problem right there. That's y'all's problem. You act like once you do a season or two that you deserve to be there and you don't. It's the entitlement for me. None of y'all are Natalie Nunn. None of y'all have put in the work that Natalie Nunn has. That girl has been on TV grinding for 15 fucking years. Hell, yeah, 15, 16 years. Y'all don't have that authority. Show us why you deserve to be there. Why are you entertaining? Why do you deserve $100,000 to work for a month and travel the world? Hello. Now, Natalie, did y'all notice when she's talking to Jayla, she turns and she looks at Anna and Scotty and all them and she says, Anna, Scotty, all of us, we've really got to step it up. Have we not been saying that here, y'all? Have we not been saying it? I mean, it don't. Stevie Wonder could see it. Ray Charles could have saw it. That is their warning to wake the fuck up or get out. Now, and also recently, Lemon Pepper said, now I don't know if he's just blowing smoke up our asses. I don't know if he's just, talking shit. But recently, Lemon Pepper said that we, the fans, are going to be surprised and shocked by the Baddies Africa cast. That there are going to be some girls there that were usually there who weren't. And one of those is Ivory. Y'all know Ivory burned her bridge to Baddies Africa. I forgot what she did. I think she was arguing with Lemon Pepper. And was she the one that said, one of the girls said that the show was fake? And I think that was Ivory. I could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But one of the girls said that the show was fake and that pissed Lemon Pepper and Natalie off and they said you will not be returning. And I'm pretty sure it's Ivory. I know for a fact they said Ivory is not returning. Well, let me not say I know for a fact, but I saw online where they said Ivory was not returning, and this wasn't a blog or something. I feel like, where the F did I see that? Y'all help me in the comments. There's just so much information that be online, so much stuff that I have to research and read and watch, that a lot of this shit gets jumbled up. So y'all let me know, but I'm pretty sure Ivory won't be back next season. Now, Natalie decides to give out a baddie chain. Natalie, grandma's tired. Grandma tired, Natalie. We tired. Like, god damn. She gives this baddie chain to Big Legs. Big Legs has been deserved a baddie chain. Summer's been deserved a baddie chain. Which Summer's got one now. But the gag is, Summer has a baddie chain. I'm sure we'll see it happen on the show unless they gave it to her after the show. I don't know. But Summer's chain is already broke. And she broke it and she has a safety pin holding it together. Now, I don't know why, but have I not? I remember when they started giving these out last season, I kept saying they look really cheap. Like, this necklace that I got on looks more expensive than the motherfucking Baddies chains they be wearing. And this ain't nothing but like a $15 necklace from a boutique. So when I see them with these baddie chains, they look very cheap. Like, for them to be like parading them around as they're these expensive diamond encrusted and chains, and they very well may be. I'm sure maybe they are real. I don't know. Maybe they are, but they just look cheap. And the fact that they break in left and right, people hold them up with a safety pin. I don't know. But here's the thing. Anna says that the more Natalie gives out these chains, the less valuable they become. And she says, "Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard I had to work to get this baddie chain?" Girl, what? How hard you had to. How hard. Girl, you wouldn't know hard work if it sat on your face. Hard work. What hard work have you done to deserve that chain, Anna? Lying on your back is not hard work. Anybody can do that, okay? Please, girl. Gargling a nutsack is not hard work. Anybody can do that. Anybody can deep throat a dick. Allegedly, okay? Allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. But I would love to know what hard work Anna Wack has done. Please, chime in the comments and let me know. What hard work has Anna Mac done? Anyway, Natalie tells the girls that Noo-noo will be staying for the remainder of the season. So you know Biggie and Anna are real salty about that. They was acting like they wouldn't. They was pretending they wouldn't. Anna said, "You can tell me thank you, Noo-noo. You can say thank you." No, you need to be thanking Noo-noo, Anna, that somebody came in and forced you to clock in. Because Noo-noo's not the one Natalie was looking at telling her to step up. Last I checked, you was the one Natalie looking at and saying, "We need to step it up." Okay? Now, we see a scene with Emma packing her things. Emma's packing her things. You know, I'm just like, we could have cut this scene out. I really don't care. By Emma. Um, Honestly, Emma's one of top three biggest wastes of baddies. Top three biggest casting disappointment. Just because when I think about all the girls that auditioned and that's what y'all chose, how did that? She had to have done something to get that. Cause I mean, what did we see her audition? Do y'all remember Emma's audition? I like it had to be a quick pump and dump because why else would that girl have got casted? She literally said nothing all season besides the shit with Scotty in the beginning. Like I would rather watch Anna. I'd rather watch a spinoff with Anna Mac any day than have to watch Emma. At least Anna's got a personality. Now, also, if my mother, my brother, my sister, my father, if anybody in my family had cancer, fuck this show. I'm out. Okay? Because you got plenty of chances to go and audition for TV shows and get on TV shows and do whatever, but you only get one family and they're not here forever. So I don't want to judge Emma's decision for staying on the show while her father had cancer. I do not want to judge her for that because I don't know the situation. Emma could have been down and out and broke as fuck on her last dollar, and she really needed that money. Maybe her father needed money for cancer treatments. You know, we never know. We don't know. So I don't want to take it too hard on Emma, like I did in the past. And y'all notice I ain't calling her Jigsaw and Quagmire. I'm gonna call her by her name, Emma, because I do wish Emma the best. I hope she takes something from this experience. I hope she learns something from this experience and learn when you go into something, just be yourself. Stop trying to be like everybody else. That was her problem. That's a lot of these girls' problems. Anna, Emma. Well, I don't think Anna tries to be anybody else. Anna is exactly who she is. I'm sorry. I meant to say Biggie. Emma, Biggie, Jayla, they all remind me of the same type of people. They're very camera aware and conscious, and they're trying to be like everybody else, in my opinion. Now, at least she got a check, you know. At least Emma made a good. I don't know. She probably made a 10,000, maybe, if that 10, 12, $15,000 maybe. You know what it is? Now that I think about it, with Emma, she came in too calculated as a super fan. Does that make sense? She came in as somebody who had been watching Baddies just as long as you and I have since the very beginning, and she came in with a vendetta and biases against certain girls. And she came in very calculated. Instead of coming in, being herself, trying to get to know everybody, and then letting the drama organically form. But instead, she came in like this towards Scotty right away. Now, Roly asks some of the new girls in a separate scene. We see her talking to some of the new girls, and she wants to know what happened on the bus with Slim. We know last week Slim came on the bus and checked Summer. Slim was drinking, and she started some shit with Summer. Now, granted, Summer did start shit with Slim the day before. We know that the new girls came downstairs and bullied Slim the day before, right? When they go through all that shit and it's the next day, Slim reignites the feud when she gets on the bus and starts picking at Summer. Now, the girls explain to Roly what Summer did to Slim. We hear Bad Dolly say, you know, that Summer came down the stairs, that they all was fucking with Slim, and then they realized that it was bullying and they shouldn't. And here's my thing with that, Dolly. Y'all realize y'all fucked up when y'all did that to Slim. I feel like when cameras went down, one of the new girls or one of the OGs or somebody was like, oh, y'all, we're going to look real bad when this airs. We're going to look really bad. They're going to call us bullies when this airs. So now I feel like they're trying to backpedal with that a little bit. Do y'all feel the same way? Because they did acknowledge that they treated Slim wrong. At least they're acknowledging it, right? At least they're acknowledging it. So they're explaining to Roly what happened, how, they did Summer wrong, or how they did Slim wrong, and then they say that the next day Slim gets on the bus and she continues and starts shit with Summer. Came on the bus popping it, right? Akbar tells Roly that it did look like Slim was getting bullied. And she was. She was. A group of people jumping on a bandwagon, taunting somebody, picking at somebody because the numbers are stacked against them and you think it's going to be cool and you think you're going to look good on television and it's feeding your ego while these cameras are facing you and you're dogging this girl out. Now, as they're talking about Slim, producers cue in Slim. Slim did not just magically walk in. Y'all probably know that. She was behind the door back here waiting. I've done that plenty of times where you hold the talent back behind the door. You got your earpiece in, and a producer might say, "Okay, send in Slim," and then we send Slim in. So Slim walks in, and Ivory speaks up and she says that Slim is here to be Roly's assistant. And that she says that she doesn't think Slim deserves to be bullied or talked to any kind of way. And I agree with Ivory 100%. But the issue is right message, wrong messenger. Because do we need to roll the tapes? Y'all hear my dog? I just can't be great. Cooper! Hush. Now he in there going, roo, roo, trying to bark real low where I can't hear him. Do we need to roll the tapes back on Ivory while you up here trying to be an advocate for bullying? While you up here trying to be the spokesperson for anti-bullying, do we need to roll the tapes at how many times you have bullied girls on Now That's TV? Huh? Now, again, I agree with what Ivory said. But don't get up on your soapbox trying to be holier than now. Especially how I remember on the last season of Young and Reckless on Now That's TV, there was a girl named Canadian Barbie, and there was this other girl that it was a few girls that Ivory was just mean to. I mean, there was a girl on Now That's TV that literally did nothing to Ivory and she attacked her. I mean, you did way worse shit than what these girls did to Slim. So really, Ivory, you need to put a, just... Now I get she's got good intentions, and I appreciate Ivory for that, for speaking up. It just doesn't sit well with me when you've done all this bad shit in the past. And listen, maybe Ivory's trying to turn a new leaf, right? She did say she wanted to come into this experience differently, so maybe she is trying to turn a new leaf, and we all deserve a second chance. But we watching you, Ivory. We watching you. Okay, so she says, that Slim is Roelly's assistant. So really, Slim's issue is with Roelly at the end of the day. We all know that. Let them handle their issue. We don't need any of the newbies or any of the OGs butting in, trying to get their rocks off to this whole situation. Now, my other issue is, well, we've already talked about that. We won't rehash that. Now, did y'all notice the girls are all talking over each other? This whole Slim situation gets a little bit heated, and everybody's talking over each other about why it's bullying, why it's not, yada blah, 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 blah. And then Roelly says, "Hold on." She's talking to Slim and Summer, and she screams at Slim and Summer and says, "Hold on, because I can send both of y'all home right now." I'm just like, now, Roelly. I love Roelly. Y'all know Roelly is my favorite baddie. But she has really been feeling herself this season. Ever since Mama got that work done, she is really feeling herself. And I'm just like, Roelly, I'm so proud of you. And you should be confident. And you should be feeling yourself. But can we, bring it down a few notches? Because here's the thing, sis. You can't send Summer home. I would love to see Roelly go say, I want Summer to go home. Watch how quick they laugh in your MFing face. You might have the power to send Slim home, but that's it. Natalie only gave you reign over Slim. So why are we walking around talking to the girls like we're Natalie? Are you the executive producer of the show now, Roelly? Like, I just don't, I don't know. It's just a few things Roelly's done this season. I'm like, wait, pump the brakes, sis. Pump it. Pump it. Um, but she goes off. We see Roelly go off, and she's really pissed about this Slim situation. And she says now that Slim feels like she made it back into the house, she wants to play the good girl part. She wants sympathy. When she talked about my child, she knew it would get to me, and it did. Now, I 100% agree with Roelly on that statement, because I've been saying that for a little bit of time now. Slim will walk into a scene, especially with Roelly, and she's trying to be goody two shoes, doing whatever she can to get back on the show, saying and doing whatever she can to get back on the show. But the moment she gets in a confessional or she gets on social media, she flips the script. She says the complete opposite. She's dogging you out, running that trout mouth, right? That's my issue with her. Stop pretending just to get back on the show. And that's why I think Roelly's not fucking with it. Stop doing this fake girl act like you want to be friends with Roelly, and you don't, Slim. Deep down you don't really give a fuck about Roelly like that. It's all about the show and a paycheck and fame. And so you can go on the road and get drunk all month, get wasted and act a fool and get paid for it. You do not want to be friends with Roelly. You're not apologetic. You're not sympathetic. You do not feel bad for saying F her child and all this shit. You don't. That's the problem right there. Let's just be 100 and stop acting like this girl is genuine with it. So I get Roelly's frustration. Do I feel like she takes it a little far and she can be a little mean to Slim at times? Sometimes, yeah. But again, put yourself in her shoes, and this is your op trying to get on the show. This is your op trying to make bread off your back. Now, another thing Roelly says that I also agree with is she says that the auditions weren't working for Slim. So she thought, what can I do to piss Roelly the fuck off? I'm going to go online and say F her child. Now, I don't know the extent of I don't know who started that fight. The way Roelly talks, you would think that Slim just said F her child out of nowhere. Slim says Roelly brought up her father and says, F your father who's unalive. So I don't know how it originally started, but it does seem like we've saw Slim at the auditions, right? She shows up to every audition trying to get back on the show. That's not worked. So now she how else can you get on the show? You need a storyline. You need a reason to be there. So if she's beefing with Roly, it'll get her back on the show. And it worked. Look, she's back on the show, right? Mission accomplished. She got it. It may not be going the way she wanted, but she's there. For instance, like I said, DTB and Tinkerbella. I don't think Tinkerbella would be there had DTB not pulled her wig off and they got into that fight. But they chose both of them because there's a story there now. We can explore that. We can take that fight between Tinkerbella and DTB at the auditions and we can continue and run with it. And that's what they thought with Slim. Oh, Slim and Roly are beefing? Let's make Roly clock in and let's bring Slim back onto the show. Now, Slim is getting pissed as Roly is going off and telling the story about how Slim said, F your child and all that, right? Now, while Roly is explaining the story to the girls and going off about it, Slim stands up and she says, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. And that's why I'm like, okay, I don't know the full story. Did Slim say F your child first, or did Roly say F your father first? That's what we don't know here. I'm sure some of y'all know, because let me tell you something. Y'all keep me in the loop, okay? All y'all out there, my subscribers, I couldn't do this without y'all, because I don't, like, I may have a gossip channel, but I don't keep my ear to the streets like that. I can't, I got so much other stuff going on, I can't keep up with all the baddie stuff that's happening, but y'all keep me in the loop. So y'all let me know in the comments, who said what first? Did Slim start that, or did Roly start that? Slim is aggravated. She's upset. She's mad. She gets up. She stands up. She says, that's not what happened. Fuck your stupid ass assistant position and fuck you, bitch. And she leaves. Now see, Slim, that's how you have felt from the get-go. And that's fine. But you should have came in that way. But you want to come in fake and fraudulent and trying to be all nice and Roly. I'm genuinely sorry about what I said about your child. No, you're not. What she was hoping for is for Roly to say, Slim, I'm sorry for what I said about your father too. And they hug it out and they cry and they make this whole ordeal, and then Slim, I could see her getting back to her hotel like, I'm back on the show. I'm back on the show. It's not genuine. Now watch. Slim gonna be back at home tomorrow. No, Slim will be back tomorrow or next week, meeting up with Roly, crying, talking about she's sorry. I'm sorry I did that. Girl. Now granted, if I was Slim, I wouldn't sit there and listen to that shit either. I wouldn't sit there and let Roly dog me out either. But again, this is Roly's op. How else is she supposed to talk to her? That this is her enemy. You know what I'm saying? And Slim, that's what you should have done on day one. That's what you should have done on that first scene when you were sitting there with Roly and she says, you can come back as my assistant. Yes, you're coming back as my assistant. What you should have done is said, fuck you, bitch, and fuck that assistant position. You should have did that then. But instead, you rolled over because you were that desperate for money and to get back on TV that you were willing to be the assistant. Now, here's another thing. Slim thought accepting that assistant position was just some like fluff, was just Roly talking shit. She thought that, oh, I'm not gonna be no assistant. I'm gonna get back on the show. I'm gonna pop this red pussy and I'm gonna motherfucking get drunk all night. And didn't they were serious. You were gonna be the assistant. You were not coming to party. I mean, it's an alcoholic's dream job, right? Baddies is an alcoholic's or a pothead's dream job. Now, I'm a pothead, so I get it. Get paid a chunk of money to travel the United States and get paid a chunk of money to travel the United States and get drunk and high. Sign me up, baby. Let's go, right? I don't know. I don't know what Slim expected. It's almost like she expected Roly to be fake like her and just forgive and forget what happened. Okay, so we end that scene and we go on to another scene where we see the girls are outside. They're getting ready to head to this pumpkin patch where they're going to do a corn maze and a hayride and all that good stuff. Y'all know. Tinkerbella approaches Jaden outside. They're all outside. Some of the girls are in a group. And Tinkerbella tells Jaden that she's on the chopping block. Because remember, Jaden was not there originally at the house meeting when Natalie put her up on the chopping block. So Tinkerbella fills her in on what happened because Jaden has not been there. Now Jaden says, or Tinkerbella tells her you're on the chopping block. And Biggie says, yeah, where were you? And Jaden says, I went to my hotel to get checked in, so worry about yourself, right? Now, Jaden, I gotta get in your ass for a minute, Jaden. Why were you in a hotel to begin with? Are you not a part of the show? This is why I think Baddies Gone Wild is going to be better, because these girls on Baddies, the regular Baddies, when they hire these influencers and these they're so entitled. They're so entitled. First of all, sweetie, you're not some A-list celebrity. I wouldn't even consider Jaden a celebrity, okay? I would just say she's an influencer. A girl with a bunch of followers who fucked a rapper, okay? And I like Jaden. I do. I think she's a sweet girl and got some great music. Got a great song. I don't want to say music because music can be plural, and I only know of one song of her that's really hit. We know the song, right? I'm a bad little, and I'm snipped like a Barbie. Hips, hips, ass in the car. I'm his favorite. Hello, mother. So, I mean, Jaden, she's done nothing. She's done. I mean, we saw her. I did like when she took them flowers and walked Biggie with the flowers. Now I'll give her that. I like that, Jaden. That was cute. But other than that, you're never around, sweetie. Like, this is a job. Like, I can tell some of you girls have no work ethic, probably could never hold a job down. You need to clock in or you need to go home because you're taking up space. It's the entitlement for me. And why aren't you in the house with the other girls? Like, why are you not in the house with the other girls and you're at a hotel? This is not Baddies Holiday Inn, okay? This is not. No. You need to be in the house with the other girls. And that's why I'm excited for Baddies Gone Wild, because all the girls are going to be under one roof. They're not going to be moving houses. They can't have their cell phones. That's another important one, because a lot of these girls be sitting around like this. So, I'm excited for Baddies Gone Wild. Okay, I can't wait to recap that. And speaking of, do y'all want me to recap Erica Mena's new show, Two Ways? Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to recap Erica Mena's show, if it's worth watching, and we'll talk about it. Now Anna tries to take up for Jaden and says, in Jaden's defense, when I'm around her, she's a fun girl. We have a great time. She's super fun, but she's just trying to get to know everybody, and that's why she's so quiet. She doesn't really know everybody right now, and Jaden co-signs that, and she says that she's trying to peep the scene. Jaden says, I'm trying to get to know everybody. I'm trying to peep the scene and just, I'm like, get to know everybody. Girl, we on episode 15. The season is almost over. What do you mean get to know everybody? If you would show the fuck up, if you were actually there, you might get to know some people. But here's the thing. I feel like Jaden feels entitled because she's a celebrity guest. Because Blueface nutted in her and she had a baby, I guess that she gets special treatment. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, we see Noo-noo kind of have a little conversation between Anna and Biggie. And Noo-noo says in her confessional that she can move on with Anna. She says that she feels like at the end of the day, her and Anna will be able to move out and squash their differences. But she says that there's still smoke with Biggie because she can't get over the fact that Biggie snuck her when Biggie can't even stand on her own. Hello. Thank you, Noo-noo. Thank you, Noo-noo. Noo-noo is saying what we've all been saying since Biggie joined 3 seasons ago. And I don't blame Noo-noo at all. And I would not get up off of Biggie's dirty neck until I got my lick back. She would pay for that. She would pay for that because this, ladies and gentlemen, when y'all say, when some people come in the comments and like, Damien, Biggie's not that bad. What do you not like about Biggie, Damien? This is it right here. Sometimes like shit be flying across the screen. I'm like, what is that? Like, it's like a little piece of dust that just went. Did y'all see that? It went. Um, I need to get like a. I need to get an air purifier or something. Um, But yes, this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't like Biggie. Exactly what Noo-noo said. You're so quick to jump somebody, to sneak somebody, but when it's time to go one on one, Biggie's running, tucking that pussy between her legs. Am I right or am I wrong? We watching the same show, right? That's why I can't fuck with Biggie. Like, if I'm not a fighter, I am not by no means gonna jump in anybody's fight at all. Why the like what? Where they do that at? Now we see a scene outside. Jayla and Natalie have this little one-on-one outside. Natalie's lighting a blunt. It's so funny to watch Natalie smoke weed because I'm telling y'all, Natalie has never been a smoker. Before Baddies, I was a Natalie Nunn super fan. Y'all might find that really shocking. You can go back on my Instagram. Go on my Instagram, and you can see like back in 2012, back years ago, when Natalie was on Bad Girls Club and stuff like that. I was a Natalie Nunn stan. Do you hear me? I like nobody could tell me that there was a bigger and better bad girl than Natalie. She was the blueprint to me. I thought that because I saw what she did. Natalie was the only girl from Bad Girls Club who was consistently working. She stayed on shows. She's the only bad girl who was on Celebrity Big Brother. And that was even over in the UK, bitch. She's worldwide. You know what I'm saying? It was only until Baddies came around that I was like, I don't fuck with Natalie no more because on Baddies, we saw the real Natalie because Zeus does not edit shows like traditional TV does, right? Natalie on traditional TV, they edited her down to a character, so we only saw certain moments. Baddies or Natalie on Zeus is a whole different monster. We saw somebody totally different, but she's never smoked weed. Okay, Natalie was always a drinker, so to see her puffing down blunts, I'm like, girl, it's so funny. Most people don't start smoking weed late in life, right? You either know you're either a weed smoker or you ain't, right? So I don't know. Do people start smoking weed late in life? I don't think so. Okay, so and during this one-on-one, Jayla says to Natalie that she feels like she shouldn't have gone on the block because she's an OG. Here we go with this OG shit again. And first of all, can we get it straight? They're not. None of these girls are OGs. Natalie's the only OG. If we want to be technical, an OG is a person who started season one, a person who was there from the very beginning. I know a lot of people say, well, Damien, season one really don't count, but it does to me. I enjoyed season one, and it does count to me. And those girls, those bad girls, even Sydney Star, they're the OGs of Baddies, not Jayla. So she says, I feel like I shouldn't have been on the block because I'm an OG. She says, I've solidified myself already in this world. The fans already know me. They don't know these newbies. I'm like, you know what, Jayla? You're right. We do know you. We do know you. And we know you as boring and a follower. That's what I know you as. It's time to go, Jayla. You are the weakest link, baby. I mean, you're just sitting around doing nothing looking pretty. Now, you pretty. I'm going to give you that. She fine as fuck. She fine. But, I mean, go to America's Next Top Model. Now, somebody did have a good idea of saying they would like to see Jayla have a spinoff of like a America's Next Top Model type show. And I'm like, that's actually kind of a good idea. I could see Jayla hosting a model show. Um, and maybe the winner gets a contract for her clothing or her normal culture line. I don't know, something like that. I think that would be Jayla's lane. I think that would be cute, or maybe like a fashion design show or something. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think Baddies is her lane, but I get why she does it. I mean, it's great money, it's great exposure for her business. But we just need to see more from her. Because just because the world knows you and is acclimated to you, like that's not enough. Now, Natalie tells Jayla, people are paying $150 to get in the club. And she says, she looks at Jayla and says, is this how you would host a booking? Pretty much saying, I'm looking at you being quiet all the time, and I'm wondering, is this how you're going to host your bookings? And that makes sense to a way, but what stopped me in my tracks was the fact, I'm like, first of all, who the fuck is paying $150 to see the baddies sing out of tune on stage, say baddie baddie shot o'clock, and leave? Because here's the tea. First of all, they don't even show up till late. We saw them leaving the house tonight at midnight talking about we're going to be late to our appearance. Y'all are just getting there. Y'all are leaving to go to the club at midnight? And people are paying 150. And here's the thing. I'm not cheap, bitch. Okay? I'm not cheap. It's nothing for me to go out and drop 150 on a dinner. So I'm not saying like, oh, I don't want to spend 150 to go see. It's just got to be worth it to me. Okay? It's got to be. I've spent 1,000 to see Rihanna. I spent over 1,000 last year going to Nicki Minaj's show, going to a lot of the Nicki shows. So if the price is worth it, I'll drop it. But I want to hear from y'all. Would y'all pay 150 to go to the club and see the baddies? I'm curious to hear what y'all have to say. $50 would be the most they would get from me. I mean, we're going to a nightclub, okay? It's not like we're going to have somewhere to sit. It's not like, there's going to be merch and there's going to be, a 2-hour show with, with an opening act and all. No, these girls are probably there for an hour, if that. They get up on the bar. A few of them sing a song. They do baddie baddie shot o'clock. Natalie might say, "There's my girl Jayla. There's my girl Jaden," and that's it. So, would you pay 150 to see the baddies on stage? Now we see Jayla start crying. Get this bitch a tissue. I'm just kidding. But we see Jayla start crying. She says it's hard for her to show up and put her best foot forward because she knows that the fans don't want her there. Oh, so you're blaming us. You're blaming the fans for being lame as fuck. Okay. Okay. Don't blame us, girl. Do not blame us. And second of all, get the fuck off the internet if it's that deep. Go see a therapist. Because I was appalled that she used that excuse as to why she has not been giving this season. Because the fans. Why are you reading the comments? Like, who gives a F? Natalie was even right. Like, Natalie said, that's what I love about Natalie. Because she said, and that's why I said earlier, Natalie was dropping truth bombs all episode. Because she doesn't give an F. And that's why I believe partly why she's so successful too. Natalie don't give a shit. Natalie said they call me big chin, bad skin all day long, and I don't give a shit. And I really believe she don't. Like she doesn't care because she's confident and secure in who she is. She really is. Um, at the end of the day, let's be real. Jayla's not going anywhere. Jayla's not going anywhere. They're just trying to crank her up a little bit to get her attention to be like, hey sis, you gotta contribute more. Now we see Roly, Scotty, Biggie, and some of the other girls in the Sprinter van, and they are headed to the club. And Slim gets brought up again. And we learn some tea as to why Slim is no longer there. Or, I mean, not why she's no longer there. We get the tea on why Slim was originally fired from Baddies. And we learn why she did not return for Baddies West. Because we know Slim was on Baddies South, right? With Roly, with Natalie, with Scotty. But only Natalie, it was Roly, Natalie, Scotty, and Krishan. Those are the only four that returned. We didn't see Slim return, right? But we found out from Roelly. She says, she says that Slim was difficult to work with and that she was drunk every day and every morning. She says that her breakfast, lunch, and dinner was liquor. And I think that that's very interesting. And I believe it too. Because if you watch, even just watch this season, Slim is drinking every chance she gets. She talks about how she's drinking. The girls are talking about how she's getting drunk. And then come to find out you're difficult to work with, Slim. I see that's what I'm talking about right there. I can't stand somebody like that. Like people who talk to production like trash. And that's what it is. When Roelly says that Slim was difficult to work with, that means that she was being a diva behind the scenes. She was being demanding. I'm not doing that. Bring me some water. No, that kind of shit. And I don't blame Zeus at all. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Go back to the pole, baby girl. Okay? And I always wondered why Slim never got brought back. Because on Baddies South, she was doing a lot. And she fought a lot better than she fights now, too. I don't know what happened to Slim. She's just like done a completely 180. She looks a mess. She can't fight. Well, she don't look bad. Because when she does herself up, I'm going to say this. When Slim dolls herself up, she can be pretty. She can be a pretty girl. It's her behavior that makes her just... Mm. And she seems like the type that would talk to production crazy. I could see it. And look what happened. Now you look stupid, don't you? You burn bridges. And now you begging to get back. And here's another thing why I believe it. If this wasn't true, what Roelly said, they wouldn't be giving Roelly the option to bring Slim back or not. Production would just say no, Slim is back. She's a full-time baddie, period. But they're letting it be up to Roelly because they know Roelly don't want her there. The whole point was to bring Slim in for just enough time to get just enough drama, just enough juice, and then we're going to dispose of her like a dirty pair of panties. And sadly, that's what happened. That's how the industry works. They use you up until they don't need you no more. Um, and here's the thing. They on the Sprinter van, they are hot boxing the hell out of these Sprinter vans. And my thing is like y'all were dogging Summer for all the fees that she incurred from, what I don't know what Summer did other than pissing the bottle. What else did they say she did? I don't know. They saying Summer, accrued a bunch of fees. But I know one thing. That hotel rooms, rental vehicles, smoking is a big no-no. And if you smoking weed too, I know that there's a charge that comes with that. So what happened to that? I guess maybe they just pay the fee up front every season because they know the girls are going to smoke like Cheech and Chong. That's one thing I like about Zeus. I could get with that. Like they down with the smoking. Like we can smoke weed wherever. Bitch, sign me up. Like I would want to go on a Zeus show just to smoke and get high and get paid. I'll give y'all a little fighting here and there. But the check got to be good too though. Zeus would never hire me. People ask, I get that question a lot from subscribers and people who watch me. Would you do a Bad Boys or something like that? And I only would if the money was right. Because like I told y'all, if I go on there and get a broke fucking neck, Zeus ain't gonna, what I get paid on Zeus ain't gonna cover it. You know what I mean? I need a good little chunk of change. Yeah. Now the girls get to the pumpkin patch. They get to this pumpkin patch. They're in Indianapolis, and they're going to do a corn maze. They talk about how cold it is outside. I believe it. It is the end of October, and they're in Indianapolis, Indiana. So I'm sure it's cold up there. But my thing is, why are y'all? There are girls outside in booty shorts. Biggie had on booty shorts. Jayla had on a mini skirt, and I'm like, if it's that cold, why are y'all's legs out? Because that's one thing I don't play with is the cold, baby. I'm anemic. I do not play with the cold. No ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. And all my folks out there with anemia, y'all know how it is. I'm stick thin, so I freeze like nobody's business. That's why I love Florida so much. But now, did y'all see? Who? I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I've got in my notes. Did y'all see Paul before the corn maze? I don't know what the fuck that means. Paul. I don't know if that was a misspelling or a mistype or what. Anyway, Natalie tells the girls that there's going to be a $5,000 prize for whoever can get out of the corn maze first. Zeus just be throwing this shit out. They just be throwing cash prizes out like nobody's business, but then nobody gets the money, allegedly. Because did y'all peep what Scotty said? Scotty says in her confessional that she's not going to put a lot of effort into the corn maze because she knows that Natalie's not giving anybody money. No $5,000, okay? There was no $5,000. That was all for the show. And Zeus is notorious for lying about giving out money. I want to say allegedly, but hell, we see it on the show. Look at Jocelyn's Cabaret. They're another example. Those girls were promised $50,000 for whoever won, only to get to the end and them say, oh, we're going to split the money. What? That's not what we agreed to. You're going to split the money. So I knew when Natalie said, whoever gets out of the corn maze is going to get $5,000. Yeah, right. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to say first one to the bus gets $10,000. It's just lies to make the show try to look better, like they all have all this money, which they do. We know Zeus is caked up, but stop getting these girls' hopes up, because our show would be like, where's my money? Do like T.S. Madison said. Hello, the fuck. Now, confessional cam, confessional looks. I loved the pink little pigtails on Tinkerbella. It gave me Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday too. But I'm like, is that the same wig Roelly has? Because if you notice in next week's sneak peek, Roelly has the same hairstyle. So I'm like, are Tinkerbella and Roelly sharing wigs? What y'all think? So the girls get on the hayride. They're doing this hayride through the pumpkin patch, and Natalie asks the girls who they've gotten closest to since they've been there. Um, Summer says, well, we did see Big Lex say Tinkerbella. She's got closest to Tinkerbella because Tinkerbella was staying in the house with them. And Summer says, uh, well, Jayla, we know you ain't got close to anybody. Pretty much calling Jayla out for being quiet, standoffish. And Jayla says, Summer, you're not getting close to anybody with those baby hairs. And then these two start arguing back and forth on the hayride. And I noticed too, ever since Jayla and Jaden were put on the chopping block, they're on the hayride speaking up a lot more. Did y'all notice that? You can tell they're contributing a lot more now that they've got their little warning. Now, Summer says that Jayla gives off this she's better than attitude and that she has a broomstick up her ass. And Jayla's not trying to hear it. She's screaming over Summer, and she's saying that Summer has a crunchy wig and cheap, tacky clothes. And listen, Summer is a cute girl. I like what she be wearing sometimes, but it do look a little cheap. I love you, Summer. But and listen, I'm gonna give her grace because this was her first season. All right, we got to give her some grace. It's her first season. Now, when we see her on the Baddies Africa auditions, I'm sure she'll be glowed up. When we see her on Baddies Africa, I'm sure she's gonna be giving. She better be giving. You better be giving, Summer. You better not come on there with that crunchy pink bob with the bad edges. You better not. And then and them rainbow dresses. No shade to Rainbow. Them city trends, jeans, no shade. I love city trends. Okay? Shout out to city trends. Now, next week, the girls are going to have to fight for their spots, literally, in the boxing ring. Okay, so we see the girls, they're going to a boxing ring next week, and they're going to be fighting. Now, we also see Natalie. Next week's going to get very interesting because Biggie ends up leaving the club for whatever reason, their appearance at the nightclub. And Natalie gets on the mic and screams at her and calls her and, you know, where are you going, you fat ass bitch? And I was just like, oh my God. Like, Natalie, I didn't like that. Because I don't feel like I don't feel like Biggie deserved that. Now, to me, that's bullying. You call somebody a fat ass bitch, like, really? What did she do to deserve that, Natalie? And you're not no stick yourself, sis. You a brick house too. You stout. I seen them thighs in that back. Y'all know I don't like Biggie, but I don't think she deserves that. Like, in front of all those people in the club, you call her that? That's very degrading. Like, very, very degrading. Um, and we also see Natalie tell Biggie next week that she's getting DP'd. Now, I don't know what. The only DP I know is double penetration, bitch. Okay? Not by experience. I've never been DP'd, nor have I DP'd anybody. But Natalie tells Biggie she's getting DP'd. I guess we'll have to find out what that means next week. If y'all know what she was referring to, let me know in the comments. But we also see where she tells Biggie that she's not riding the jet. Ooh, when I tell y'all Biggie finna spiral, because Biggie's validation and self-worth relies on riding the private jet, being with the OGs, you know, her self-esteem, it all relies on that. Validation, you know, being people giving her these accolades and her being an OG baddie that gets to ride the private jets and be in the house with the OG, you know, y'all know what I'm saying. So her not getting to ride the jet, I'm sure that's going to really fuck with her ego, okay? We also see Natalie asking Roelly what she should do with Slim, and Roelly says that she's over it and she wants Slim to go home. Natalie says that Slim was at the club the night before with them. And I'm just like, this girl, Slim needs AA meetings. She needs rehab. She does not need baddies. Like, seriously. Because she seems like she's got a drinking problem. Now, granted, they all drink. But, according to the girls, she's drinking, or according to Roelly, she got kicked off the show because of her alcohol problem and the issue with production and drinking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We saw her on the bus, the tour bus. It was daylight outside. She had a cup in her hand. We saw a separate instance where she said, I'm going to go to the back of the bus and take a shot. You know, I'm over Slim. I wish her the best. I really do. I just don't think this show is for her. Maybe you can go audition for the cabaret. I don't know. But Slim, don't come back to this show. These girls don't want you there. It's obvious they don't want you there. Have some self-worth and move on. Now, that is the end of our after show for today. I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please stay tuned for the Jocelyn's Cabaret Part 3 after show. We're going to be breaking down Part 3 of the reunion, so you don't want to miss that. Also, let me know if you want me to recap Erica Mena's new show, her new dating show on Zeus called Two Ways with Erica Mena. It's a bisexual dating show, so if you guys want me to recap that, I will. Put it in the comments below. Also, go check out my other content and material that I've got. I want to say thank you guys so much for supporting. There's a video that I did on Kim Zolciak from The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it's almost at 150,000 views. Thank you guys so freaking much. I mean, I made a bag off that bitch, okay? I made a bag. So thank y'all. Also, thank you to my new subscribers. I've gained like 2,000 new subscribers in the last 2 weeks. So just like shout out to all y'all. I truly appreciate y'all. My long-term goal is to be a full-time YouTuber. So I couldn't do that without you guys. And the more that you guys like this video, subscribe, comment, the quicker my channel will grow and I can retire my job and I can do this full-time. Listen, bitch, when I become a full-time YouTuber, I'm going to be giving y'all all the content that you want, that you need, that you love, okay? All that and more. I want to start doing vlogs. I want to start doing food reviews, fast food reviews, trying new fast food items. I'm going to start a whole new channel, but I need your help, okay? So please subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed yet. Most of the people that view my videos have not even subscribed yet. So click the subscribe button by clicking my name down there. It'll take you to my channel and you just click subscribe from there. Also press the thumbs up button and like this video. That helps me get into the algorithm, of course. Join the conversation by getting in the comment section below. I want to hear all your thoughts on this episode. What do you think about Emma going home? What do you think about DTB leaving for the sake of her family and her aunt? I want to hear everything you got to say. All right. Last but not least, if you would like to donate to the channel, because this is my part-time job now, in the description box below will be some ways that you can tip your boy using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. I will also post my Amazon wish list. Thank you, everybody that donates. If you can't donate, like this video. That is your way of donating, okay? It's free to do. It takes 1 second, and it helps me out so much. I love you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time on Damieon After Dark. See ya.